The Mitchell map is actually considered to be the most important map in North American history by a number of astounding historians.
The most important map in North American history, and we can walk down the street right there and look at it, and you can talk for an hour and tell us all about it.
That's exactly right.
Urbanna is famous for the Urbanna Oyster Festival, but that's not the original name of the event. What was it called when it first started in 1958? Was it A, the Shuck'em and Suck'em Showdown, B, the Urbanna Blue Crab Festival, or C, Urbanna Days? You ended up here in this historic home in Urbanna that back in the day was looking like it wasn't going to be around much longer. Tell us about how you got here.
I brought my future wife home to meet my parents in 1966, 65, 66. And we came over on the Miss Ann on a whiskey run from the Tides Inn. And we walked up in town, and she saw this house, and it was overgrown. It basically, except for a few occasions, had been boarded up since 1936 when Miss Upton died. And so we went through the house, came back outside and stood behind that post office. And she said, well, I might marry you, but you got to buy me this house.
How did Lansdowne get its name? Did it get its name from a Revolutionary War general, a sonnet by Shakespeare, or a British Prime Minister? It is just an absolutely gorgeous morning here in Urbanna. The sun is coming up. It feels almost like a fall morning, I think, here. Breakfast is going to be amazing today. Sergey from the Dockside New York Deli and Waterfront Restaurant has got some treats for us this morning, so definitely come down and check some of that out. Get yourself one of the T-shirts that we have. Register for $250 and meet some of the amazing people doing amazing things here in Urbanna. Our first guest this morning is Carrie Dos Santos, the Executive Director of the Middlesex County Public Library. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here this early.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is, I know, an early start, but you're used to that, right? You've got special events going on all the time.
Yes, absolutely.
People don't realize how many different things librarians have going on.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We think sometimes still of a library as just a place where there's a bunch of books.
Mm-hmm.
That is such an important part of what a library is. It's also just one of many parts.
Right. So we do, so Middlesex County Public Library, we actually have two branches, one here in Urbanna, one down in Deltaville. And together we have about almost 53,000 physical items. So that's books, that's audiobooks, that's DVDs. But we also include lots of electronic or digital media that people can find on our website at yourmiddlesexlibrary.org. And then we also have all of our programs for children and adults.
I love going into a library. There's just something special about being in a library. It's a sacred space to me. But you can today access so many of the resources of your local library from the convenience of your phone or your laptop.
Right. We can. So we do have almost 19 digital resources that people can find on our website, and they range anything from Ancestry Library Edition to Canopy, which is a free streaming video service for documentaries, films, TV series. We also have Libby, which is our ebooks platform.
Yeah, so you can download ebooks for free and read them at your convenience without ever leaving your home or whatever. I've got a friend who is homebound, and he uses that all the time. It's a wonderful resource for him. But of course, being in such a historic location as Urbanna here, you've got some special treats there at the library that are really unique.
Yes, we do. So we have a special collection. It's the Virginia Reference Collection, and that has some rare older books and resources in it, and people are welcome to come and peruse it. Especially family histories are on there. We have some military rosters from the local area from like the Civil War. We have architecture books from the colonial era, so all kinds of things like that. And people do come in on a regular basis and just to do their research.
Yeah, whatever it is that you're interested in, you walk into the library, and if you talk to a librarian, they're going to show you something. Once they know what you're interested in, they're going to show you something that makes you say, oh, wow.
Yes.
It's going to happen every time. So tell us real quickly about the children's programs and adult programs that you've got.
Right. So we just wrapped up our summer reading program for kids of all ages, and that was great. We had more kids than we've ever had participate, and that was wonderful. We're down back to our regular story times on Tuesdays at 10:30 in Deltaville, and then Wednesdays at 10:30 here in Urbanna. And then here in Urbanna, we have a very successful straw bale garden going strong. So we are getting tomatoes, we're getting peppers of all kinds, and even watermelons right now.
Not just books,
Right.
Watermelons.
Yes.
That's amazing. Awesome. Well, Carrie, thank you so much for being here this morning. Please, everybody, go check her out at the libraries. We've got the Urbanna one and the one in Deltaville.
Yes.
But, of course, today we're focused on Urbanna. But come see all the great programs that they've got there at the library, from books to so many other things. If you haven't been in for a while, just to find out what's available to you, please do so, because it's a whole universe.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
Come see us. We're live in downtown Urbanna, right in front of Lansdowne, the historic building here on Virginia Street, and we would love for you to come be a part of this broadcast. And I'm learning some of the history of the town just by talking to people on the sidewalk. We just found out that Eddie's Auto Service down the street has a 100-year-old pinball machine from 1926, the oldest pinball machine in the state of Virginia. You got to have a penny to play. And I don't know if you still can, but you used to be able to win a gumball by playing on that pinball machine. So that's interesting to me. But Larry Chowning is with us now, the vice mayor and kind of the historian of the town, author, and just all. You know everything about this town, don't you, Larry?
I wouldn't say that.
Well, you did at one point. You may have forgotten some of it. But
you're right there. That's probably what's happened.
How many books have you written?
13.
13 books. And you can get we just had the librarian on. You can get the books here at the local library, right?
You certainly can. You can go check them out right there at the library.
Or if you want to have your own copy, they're still in print.
Yeah, they're all still in print.
So if somebody is finding out about Urbanna for the first time and they say, well, okay, I hear it's a historic town. Why is it a historic town? What really stands out about Urbanna?
Well, it's one of the oldest towns in America. It was, on paper, it was formed in 1680, and it was under the Act of Cohabitation. That was what the Assembly decided. We were growing tobacco in the Americas, and that they thought that was going to be the money crop forever. But as more people came and the land began to wear out, they decided they were going to establish 19 towns in the state of Virginia. And they picked seaport towns because our main roads was the sea.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in 1680, Urbanna was named one of those 19 ports. And part of it was because we have an amazing harbor. You know, it's got 7-8 feet of water.
And we were driving through coming in this morning as the sun was just getting ready to rise and looking over that harbor with all the sail. That you're going to have a hard time showing me a more beautiful sight.
Is there a better sight anywhere? I can tell
just absolutely gorgeous.
And that's what's kept us going all these years, really.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've got 7 colonial structures here in town, 4 places that are on the National Historic Register. This building that we're in front of is one of those, right?
Yeah, Lansdowne. Yeah, that's one of our 7 colonial buildings. It was built in the 1740s as a summer home for the Wormley family, which had a plantation across the way. In 1791, it was purchased by Arthur Lee, who was one of the signers of the Treaty of Alliance, along with Benjamin Franklin and Silas Deane was the other one. Anyway, he moved here, bought the place in 1791, and lived here as a retirement home. And he lived here for 1 year, and then he passed away. And his two brothers inherited the property. They never lived here, but both of them were signers of the Declaration of Independence. So it's got a lot of not just local history, but national history.
Yeah, it's the hat I've got on right now is America Made in Virginia. It's made right here, right here where we are standing.
Yeah, we played the big part in it. Right down the street is the courthouse, and that's where in 1774 the free landowners of the town of the county drafted the Middlesex resolutions, and that basically was a message to the British that taxation without representation was not what we wanted to be.
So
we wanted to have. So,
this town began almost 100 years before the country did, and played a big role in creating the nation.
Absolutely, it was a big play, and it's got. What's amazing is that we still have 7 structures from that era. You know, most community, Tappahannock was burned in the War of 1812. Urbanna missed all that, so we still have some of our colonial treasures right here in town.
And that is amazing, but what's really amazing to me is that we've got all of this incredible history that goes so far back, and yet we've got so much happening right now in the town of Urbanna. When the Oyster Festival comes around, you'll have 50 to 75,000 people here in a weekend.
It's an amazing, you know, we went through 3 economic booms, I guess you would say. We went through the tobacco era, which was colonial, and then oysters came along. We have the Rappahannock River, which is right out, you know, from Urbanna Creek, and it's got some of the most productive oyster beds in the state of Virginia. In fact, some of the most productive oyster beds in Chesapeake Bay. And for 100 years, it was oysters that carried this town. That was the economic boom that carried everybody. And so in 1957, a bunch of entrepreneurs got together and started Urbanna Days, which was Tappahannock had it, I think Kilmarnock had Kilmarnock Days. We sort of following suit. And then a few years later, they said, well, let's expand it. And they remembered the oyster, and they named it the Urbanna Oyster Festival. And then all of a sudden it exploded. and you're right.
Yeah.
We have 40, 50, 60,000 people come to town over 2 days, and we're a town of 500 people.
Yeah, so that just imagine that math and how it all works out. Larry, I could sit here and chat with you all day. Unfortunately, we got a whole bunch of other guests we got to get on as well. I don't say unfortunately. We got some really great guests that we'll be talking to. Yeah. But yeah, you and I will chat some more. Larry Chowning is the Vice Mayor. Check out his books from the library or get your own copies of them, and you can find out all about the history of this beautiful town. Come join us and see it for yourself this morning as we wake up on the right side of Urbanna. Robbie Wilson is joining us now, the mayor here in Urbanna. Good morning, Robbie.
Good morning, Chris.
You did a good job ordering up the weather today.
Yeah, that's special word they just for me.
So you're a pilot. You fly all over the place. Just got back from Montana. And when we met previously a few weeks ago talking about coming to this event, I couldn't help but just really see how much you love this town. You go all over the place, but you love being right here.
I really do. I mean, most of the country is not as lucky to live in paradise like we do. This is just a gorgeous area. We've got the water. We have trees. We have, beautiful weather. And if you don't like it here in Virginia, we all know you just wait a little bit, it'll change again. But yeah, this is a fantastic town. There's not a lot of places like this left in the country, I think. We were about 500 and some residents. It's small enough here that you can walk pretty much everywhere you need to go. You don't really need a car.
But you were talking about your golf cart. You certainly love riding around on that.
Yeah, we're a golf cart community. I think there's about 10 of us, 10 golf cart communities here in the state of Virginia, and it seems to be something that's catching on. And they're great because you can whiz around, run errands pretty quick. If you need to go to the store, go to the post office. By the way, our post office predates the founding of this country.
Wow.
And the best thing about them is when you're riding down the street, you'll see somebody you know. Because in a town of 500 residents, it's super easy to find someone you know. And you can just stop and talk to them. And it just feels like a real community here.
Yeah, my wife and I came over and had lunch earlier this week and had a really nice visit there. We always enjoy it when we come over here. It's not far from our home and a nice place to visit. But, for the lucky 500 that get to live here, very nice as well.
Yeah, it's a great place. We do have, I think we've got about 8 restaurants here in town, so we have a little bit of a restaurant row. area.
Yeah.
And, a lot of history here, too, to see also.
Absolutely, and certainly it gets busy when the Oyster Festival comes around.
Yeah, our little town. I keep seeing varying numbers. I think we're between 50 to 75,000 people come to town.
It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And things are growing in the town, and every town goes through cycles. I know where we are right now, sitting right in front of Lansdowne, a historic building that back in the days of my high school days and such, apparently it was a falling down structure.
Yeah.
But right now, you look at it, you'd never know. It looks like it was built a few days ago, but you know it was hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, the Gravitz own it. They do a fantastic job, and taking care of that place is a huge undertaking. They're also huge supporters of town. They let us use the yard all the time for events. Mm-hmm. And
it seems to me that there really is a sense of community pride and connection where everybody wants to do their part. It's not about what they're going to get out of it. It's about just making sure the town can be as wonderful a place as it can be.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up. As a town, a small government, 500 residents, we get a lot of things done around here that we wouldn't be able to do as the town itself. And the reason is we have a really strong volunteer group. Mm-hmm. They get an amazing amount of things done, taking care of flower beds, bushes, fixing park benches, all kinds of stuff. And I'm glad you brought that up. I'd like to thank them. Yeah. I thank them all the time. But
well, I encourage everybody to come check out what you've got here, and anything that you're working on that we should know about. I know we've had some issues going on with the marina. How's that going?
Yeah, so we're hoping to get a bridge in. We had they came and did some soil testing the other day. I'm hoping that we'll have something open before Oyster Festival. We should know here in the next couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. And also down there, we're hoping to get the Tall Ship Luna to come maybe next summer and spend maybe about a weekend in port every month.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, tomorrow's going to be a big day in town.
Yeah, Founders Day. I'm introducing, I think it's Martha and Washington and Thomas Jefferson. They've come to visit. I'm not sure how they got here, but it's pretty amazing.
That should be interesting. And one of the things I love about that, again, in the spirit of what we were talking about, it's a free event.
Yep,
everybody come in, just come.
Yeah, that's right. They'll be set up over at the Scottish Factor store, which is a town facility, and it's pre-Revolutionary War also. So
yeah, one of the historic sites here in Urbanna. We've got 4 on the National Historic Registry, 7 colonial buildings. So come check them out. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us early this morning and letting us be here in Urbanna.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, y'all come down and join us. Get yourself some breakfast, get a T-shirt, register for $250, and just hang out. We'd love to meet you. We are on Virginia Street right in front of Lansdowne and just right across the street from the Chesapeake Inn, which is one of the businesses that has donated a prize for us to give away today with our town trivia, a free night stay at the Chesapeake Inn for 2 with the sauna for the 2 as well. So, very nice gift there. And we've got some other gifts that we're going to give away from Horns Ace Hardware and from Alma Bella by the Bay Boutique and from the Urbanna Market and from Small Town Burger right down the street there as well, and from Ball Gown Barefoot. They've all donated some gifts to give away. We'll do some town trivia here in just a little bit, give you a chance to win those. But right now, let's welcome in our next couple of guests. We've got Aubrey Hall and Dr. Jim Robusto, Friends of Urbanna. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so what does it mean to be Friends of Urbanna?
Well, Friends of Urbanna is an all-volunteer nonprofit 501c3 group, and I think this is the 12th year that we've been sponsoring the Founders Day program, which
happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that's going to be fun. We'll have some very esteemed guests with Martha Washington and Thomas Jefferson.
Exactly. Yeah. They're going to be at the Baptist Church at 11 o'clock,
mm-hmm.
and they're going to be talking about the events of that time, 1776. And it's really, this is the 5th or 6th year we've had these nation builders from Colonial Williamsburg, and they're so talented. Their depth of knowledge is amazing.
Yeah.
And
they called them interpreters, and
they're calling them nation builders now.
Now, okay.
Yeah. And so we're really pleased to have them. And but more about Friends of Urbanna, in addition to the Founders Day, the town of Urbanna has asked us to sort of be the caretakers, if you will, of the Scottish Factor store. And that's another issue altogether. That is a 1763-65 building that was a Scottish Factor store, and it was sort of the hub of the economics in this whole area.
And you had them all over the area, all over the country in the colonies, but you don't anywhere else anymore.
As far as we know, this is the last remaining Scottish factory store in North America.
Wow.
And it's right here in Urbanna.
And you can go in there because it's operating as a museum.
It is. And in addition to that, it houses the Mitchell map.
Oh.
And Dr. Robusto is here. He is our resident expert now on the Mitchell map.
Yeah, there's a lot of maps. We got maps on our phone and stuff. Why do we need a map that's hundreds of years old, Dr. Robusto?
Well, the Mitchell map is actually considered to be the most important map in North American history by a number of astounding historians.
The most important map in North American history, and we can walk down the street right there and look at it, and you can talk for an hour and tell us all about it.
That's exactly right. Tomorrow I'll be giving two talks, one at 12:30 and one at 2 o'clock. But it's considered to be the most important map because of the impact that Dr. John Mitchell, who had been a physician here in Urbanna in the 1730s and 1740s, he was in London at the time when he made the map, but his information that he used to make the map, the making of the map, and the map itself, the impact it had on American history was the reason why it's considered to be the most important map. It actually was instrumental in bringing British attention to French incursion in what British considered to be their territory, which led to the French and Indian War, which the British won. And in their winning, they basically, France lost almost all of its holdings in North America at that time, and it changed our American history.
So the reason I speak English instead of French is because of that map right down the street.
It's actually because of what John Mitchell, the information John Mitchell brought to the British government, and the map is his graphic depiction of his story to tell them.
That's amazing. The impact of this item that we can still set our eyes upon. I mean, we're so lucky today. Where we are, we can take a trip in 2.5 hours or so, and we can be in Washington, D.C., and we can see some amazing things. But also right here, we can see some things that they wish they had at the Smithsonian. They would kill to have that map at the Smithsonian.
This is a first edition, 1755 original. An original first edition from 1755, first edition.
Right here in Urbanna.
Right here in Urbanna.
Colonial Williamsburg doesn't have one.
There you go. So come by. You can see it yourself. Can you see the map today?
Whenever the museum is open, you can see the map. The docents there can give some information about it. I specifically have been asked to give talks about the map and give a more detailed explanation. It takes me about an hour to give that talk. And I will be giving two tomorrow, but I give them on demand. Basically, people contact the museum or they contact me, and we set up a talk about the map to give more information.
Thank you for keeping the history alive. That's just absolutely amazing.
It's a shame you're not going to be here tomorrow because coming down this street will be fife and drummers.
Yeah. Well, who's to say I won't be here tomorrow? I may be. May have to come back tomorrow to check that out. But come join us right now. We've got breakfast here. We're going to talk with Sergey from Dockside New York Deli and Waterfront Restaurant in a few minutes. But he's got his breakfast out here for you with some coffee and some hot tea as well. We welcome everybody to join us in Urbanna this morning. You know, my wife has just informed me that I get to take her out to dinner tonight, and she told me where I get to take her, and it's going to be the Dockside New York Deli and Waterfront Restaurant here in Urbanna. Sergey is joining us. Thank you so much for bringing breakfast this morning.
All right. Thanks for letting me have the opportunity.
So tell me what all we've got over here, because this is not just your normal breakfast spread over here. This is special.
So we're very versatile. So what you see now is something we can do on the side that's totally off the menu, which is European catering. So you have coffee from Germany. You also have apple turnovers from France. You have Gouda twist from Belgium. We have cinnamon swirls from Belgium. So basically all European. The point of that is no preservatives, no coloring dyes, no corn syrup, just all natural stuff.
Wow. And you've got some teas as well.
Tea is from Europe too. So just because it's potent, you being English, you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. Now, I'm not English. I'm more Scottish.
More Scottish. That's right. That's right.
We could have that debate. You know, my mother was actually English, but we lived in Scotland, and I claimed to Scotland, and she's not around anymore to tell me I'm wrong. So, all right. But yeah, we'll be coming back for dinner, and you were saying we'll have some live music while we're there as well.
Local slip holder. We're at Urbanna Boatyard and Marina. It's run by hardworking, hands-on pair of Andy and Amy Anderson. So the music will be from about 5:30 to 7:30. So we have a regular menu, and there's always additives that we do, like on the side. Somebody wants something special, so we can accommodate. So we're pretty laid back. So we work with a lot of different people.
Yeah, finding out that we've got a lot in common here. You know, I moved up from Alabama, and your daughter is at the University of Alabama.
Yeah, my daughter's helping me this whole summer, so she's going back to Tuscaloosa in a couple of weeks. But she's extremely knowledgeable, probably the best worker I have. So we'll definitely going to be a big loss when she's gone.
Yeah. All right. Well, roll tide there. And so when people come in to experience your restaurant, what are they going to find?
Everything is made like it was made in the 50s and 60s, which is when the last time you saw a lot of natural ingredients, a lot of attention to healthcare. So the healthcare is kind of out of control. Everybody understands that. But right now it's just talk. And everybody kind of has to be accountable for themselves. So my accountability is to my family, myself, my customers, is we put out the world-class ingredients, which means everything comes in from New York, Europe, anywhere we can get our hands on that's as natural as possible.
All right, very cool. What do you love about being here in Urbanna?
Well, Urbanna is the United States. This is the old Americana, small town. This is the original. So I think bigger cities strain away from the original concept of America, which is just people living in a community, friends and neighbors. So this represents the best of U.S., these small towns like this.
Nice. And can people find you online to find out a little bit more before they come in?
Online, you can see our whole assortment at europava.com. You can also call us, walk in. So we're in Urbanna Boatyard Marina, so everything's ready to go.
All right. Well, if you want to have dinner with my wife and my son and myself, come on down and be at the Dockside New York Deli and Waterfront Restaurant this evening. Sergey, thank you so much for bringing breakfast. Folks, we got plenty here, so come by and see us. And I am talking now with somebody who is at the first Urbanna Oyster Festival, Judy with Middlesex Metals. Good morning, Judy.
Good morning. Good to be here.
What was it like for that first Oyster Festival?
Well, our church had we were selling cupcakes and cakes and cookies.
Nice.
And across the street by Marshall's, the service station wasn't really there yet, and they had just a 50-foot trailer, and they got the girls up on there, and they had their little show, and our cousin won. I was happy.
There you go. Not 50,000 people that year, though, was it?
Oh, no. It was all local neighbors that you hadn't seen in a long time.
And now it's the official Oyster Festival for Virginia, and people come from everywhere, and it's a big, big deal. But your family's been a part of the big, big deals in Urbanna for going back a long way.
About 4 or 5 generations, yes.
Yeah. And at the farming and the oystering, and of course you were telling me about how oystering, we had the problems going on environmentally, and everybody here that was a waterman had to find something new to do.
Right, that's happened quite a few times in the county, and the people that stayed were very resilient, and they changed professions as needed, got a second job to work off season. The watermen did, the farmers did, yeah, and it kept everybody busy, and this little town survived.
And you've got to know about the environment. People start talking again about the environment these days, but you've been all about it for a while, and that's really what you're doing at Middlesex Metals. You are looking out for the environment.
Yeah, we're recycling. I'm really proud of what we're doing. I was a teacher for 30 years, earth science, biology, marine biology, and all I taught was recycling and conservation with the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, and it's an accidental fit.
Yeah, and it used to be that there would be, I'm told, I wasn't here then, but I just came up a year ago, but I'm told that years ago you'd drive through this area and you'd see a whole bunch of stuff in people's front yards and things just kind of getting, rusty and whatnot, and nowadays a lot of that has come through your business, and everything looks better, and we've gotten those things recycled and reused.
Yes, the county helped all the people that live in these communities. We didn't have a landfill for years, and then we got one. But if it was already laying around, they didn't take it to the landfill. So when we started actually paying for that stuff, they started coming and they helped us.
So it's made a big difference in the beauty of the area, and it's helped the environment, and it's still going strong today. I think
yes.
somebody said we figured it would take 10 years to clear it all out, and then the business would be done, but the business is not done.
Well, that was when appliances lasted 20 years.
Yeah. So what are people doing today? If somebody is going to be calling Middlesex Metals today, what are they going to be calling about?
They usually call for hours open, which is Tuesday through Saturday, and that's 8 to 4. And then they call about prices because I don't put that on the internet. It's changing daily, so I get them to call for prices or any questions they have about coming.
What are some things that come into the business?
Everything.
Everything. All right.
I mean, I have had tractors come in pulling trailers. I've had Teslas come in.
Teslas?
Come in pulling stuff or bringing stuff.
Okay,
it doesn't matter.
Not to recycle the Tesla yet.
No,
Okay.
thank goodness. I can't do that. Those batteries are not allowed.
No.
No, bicycles and all that kind of stuff.
All right.
I do have a warning. Those lithium batteries and the little scooters and stuff for the kids are really dangerous, and they really need to make sure they recycle them properly. And we can't do it because you have to pay to have them recycled.
Yeah.
And they will explode in that caused a shudder, but some stuff like that. So
Batteries
that's the
have
only
really
thing.
changed the way we live, but we don't always pay attention to the things we need to pay attention to.
Right.
And we see so many warnings and whatnot when we have all these products. There's a lot of things, we know that. We don't need to look at that. But with batteries, it's a little different.
The ones that they should keep and get and bring to us are the lead acid. They're totally recycled.
Very good.
All the lead acid batteries are now totally recycled.
All right, so for somebody listening right now that hasn't really thought about it, what would you say, look around, you may have something that we can get you a little bit of money for and also help you clean up your place? What are some things people need to be thinking about?
All right, if you're a farmer, all your appliances, all your old equipment, anything you stored in their great-grandfather stored in the woods, all that stuff can be recycled. It doesn't have to rust there in place. Machines, car parts, cars, batteries, and then if you're a plumber or whatever, all the coppers, the brasses, the aluminums, and sidings, anything, and then usually all the steel that falls down.
All right.
All right.
And how can people get in touch with you?
They can call us at Middlesex Metals at 758-2916. I was going to give a wrong number. Sorry. And or the website on Facebook. Middlesex Metals is there with all the information you need.
Judy, thank you so much for being here this morning. Did you get some of the breakfast?
Not yet.
Oh, go check that out. That is some really, really good stuff. Thank you very much, Judy, from Middlesex Metals, one of our sponsors of the broadcast today here in Urbanna. We are live in Urbanna today. A beautiful day today. The sun is coming up. It's starting to warm up a little bit, but it still feels good out here. We got breakfast. The breakfast is awesome. Cammie, have you had some of the breakfast?
But I heard about it on my way over here, and I'm going to grab something on my way out. It sounded good.
Yeah,
so,
you need to.
And you guys sold his restaurant, too. I definitely be coming over for dinner one night or lunch.
Cammie is with our sponsor for the whole tour, Horns Ace Hardware. Thank you so much for helping us bring this. We're almost to next week will be the last week. And it's hard to believe that we're getting to the end of it. We put so much work into getting all this together and could not have done it without you.
Well, we appreciate, appreciate Lauren thinking about us and calling us and offering us the opportunity to come on the road with you. I have to thank her for my early Friday mornings. Not being a morning person myself, this has been a lot of fun for me to get out and come to these great towns that we serve. We love Urbanna. I've always loved Urbanna. It's such a cute little town and a great place to be here on the Middle Peninsula.
And your location is not in town. It's right. If you're coming off the highway to come into Urbanna, it's right there at that intersection. So a very convenient location for everybody in Urbanna and everybody else throughout this part of the peninsula. That's one of the great things about Urbanna is that you're not on the highway.
Right.
if you come to Urbanna, it's because you want to come to Urbanna.
Exactly. And we did add, and I forgot that we did add a new entrance to our store, kind of a backdoor entrance this year, so that you don't have to, when you're coming from Urbanna, you don't have to go out to the highway, make a left, and make a U-turn. Now you can enter it without ever getting all the way out to the highway. And we also added a propane fill station just to make it a little bit easier to get to that propane fill station at the back of the store. So yeah, we love these little towns. They built our stores. These communities built our stores, and we love them.
And your stores helped build and rebuild these towns. Of course, Urbanna has been here for a very, very, very long time. But not too long ago, a lot of the buildings that we look at right now and gawk over were in disrepair.
Yes.
And a lot of the reason that they're looking so beautiful today is because of what you sell and the people that you have at your store.
Right, and how convenient we are. I mean, that's and the customer service. And if you have a project, and we're there to help you with your project. And if we don't have it, we will try to find somebody for you that does. So we're not afraid to try to send you somewhere else, because we do want you to get your project done correctly.
That service is, you and I have talked about this before. The service is what really sets Ace Hardware apart nationwide, but especially with the Horns Ace Hardware Group. You're not alone when you're in that store.
No.
Now, if you want to be left alone, you'll be left alone.
Yes.
But when you walk in there, you don't have to go hunt somebody down and beg them to help you. They're going to be there offering that help.
If you have to hunt somebody down, please let us know, because something's not happening right. So, our goal is for you to be greeted when you walk through the door with, what can we help you find today? And send you in the right direction, and send somebody in the same direction with you to help you find it.
And I can't tell you how many times I've thought that I knew what I was going to do.
Right.
And then I found out, because of that service, that, you can do it that way, or how about this? And, oh, yeah, that's going to be better.
Right. And that's, that's the beauty. And I've seen that on Facebook, and I've seen memes about it. Ace Hardware is one of those few places where you're going to find that guy that knows how to do a little bit of everything, and is going to help you with your project. And we even have some younger kids that work for us that are like anxious to learn about how to do stuff. And so it's a really, it's a cool thing to see.
Yeah, I love that. It's kind of infectious when you build your business around that service model and making sure that you are helping the customers in those ways. The people that you attract, the people that want to be a part of your business, are a special kind of people.
That's right, and we do think our people are pretty special, and we appreciate the hard work that they working with the public sometimes can be a little bit hard, but we appreciate everybody that works for us. We appreciate our customers that we see on the daily. I mean, we have people that come in the store every day. We have paint contractors that we see all week long. So, it's just, you're part of the community. I mean, really, the hardware store is the heart of the community, I think.
Absolutely. Well, come see us. Thank you so much, Cammie. Go get yourself some of that breakfast. It is great.
Yeah.
And we will be here until 10 o'clock in Urbanna this morning. We would love for you to join us. Beautiful towns like Urbanna don't just happen. It takes people to make all the beautiful things happen in a town, and people like Marjorie Austin, who is a council member and a volunteer with things doing so much in the town. Good morning, Marjorie. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So one of the things that you've been really active doing in this community is putting together the Urbanna's Second Saturday events, which my wife and I have been looking at and said, we got to get over for one of those. What are we going to experience when we get here?
We have food trucks, our music, which is sponsored by one of the businesses each month, and beer.
There you go. That's keep it simple.
Keep it
Have
simple.
a good time.
Yes.
Nice. So you can come out, you get something to drink, get something to eat, and enjoy some music. And it's been sponsored by a business, so we just come and enjoy it.
Yes. No charge to come in. Just come and hang out with us. We have sponsors, and then we also have folks that make donations to us. And in fact, we just had the bands for Misfit Beach come and do a fundraiser, and they raised over $3,600 for us.
Nice. Well done. I've seen them around, and every time they play, that's what they're doing, is they're raising money for somebody else.
Exactly.
Isn't that awesome?
It is awesome. And the band is great. Buzz is awesome. They come to all of our events. So when they offered to do a fundraiser for us, we gladly accepted.
All right, so what kinds of music do we hear at these events?
All kinds of music. All kinds of music. Reggae, blues, old Southern rock.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines from any movie of all time was from Blues Brothers. You've seen that one, I'm sure.
Yes.
It said, excuse me, ma'am, what kind of music do you have here? Oh, we have both kinds, country and western.
Yeah, that's a good line. Yeah, we haven't had country yet, so just country. But we're working on that for next season.
All right, so how did this get started to just start throwing out music for people to enjoy for free?
Well, as a council member, I went to a VML conference, which is a Virginia Municipal League, and I learned from Scottsville about a second Saturday. And it's a community event. We don't charge. We just put it on started after COVID, get people out, give them something to do, and just come hang out.
And it's events like this that help build the community within a town, and that is just, you're a council member, you know how important that is, that people don't just sit in their home by themselves and get in their car and then drive away somewhere.
Right.
You've got to come together, enjoy events like this together, and welcome some other people to come in and see the community as it is.
Right, because a lot of our bands are local, but then we have the ones that are not, and the ones that are not local have a following. Or the locals have a following as well. But when they're from out of town and they have a following, that brings other people to the town. So then afterwards, before actually you see people wandering through town, afterwards they're going home because it's 8 o'clock and they've been here with us for 4 hours.
Yeah, and the way you've got it timed out, the second Saturday, that's also when you have the farmers market here
That
in Urbana.
morning.
So you come in the morning, enjoy the farmers market. Maybe stop, get yourself some lunch somewhere if you want to.
Right.
And then come over and have the concert with the second Saturday.
That's it. Bring a chair, a friend, and just come enjoy the afternoon.
Spend a day in Urbanna. Maybe just walk down there and enjoy the harbor a little bit.
Right. And then all of our businesses. We've got great businesses. We got new businesses that have come in. So the She Shed and Mike's Golf Carts now, they've come here. So we're growing a little bit, so hopefully the music in our new stores will help bring people here.
And the next event will be a week from this Saturday.
Yes.
So we've got Founders Day tomorrow.
Right.
And then the following Saturday, we'll have the farmers market and the second Saturday concert.
Yes.
All right, do we know who's going to be playing?
I do, but right now I can't tell you because it jumped right out of my mind. But I can tell you we will have Cajun Carryout, who has some marvelous catfish as one of our food trucks, and then Dragon Run Dogs, John and his wife. And they're just a staple with second Saturdays at this point. John's starting that business for him and his wife for retirement.
Nice. Well, come on, join us here today for the broadcast. Come back tomorrow for the Founders Day, and come back next weekend for the Farmers Market and second Saturday concert.
Yep.
Thank
Come
you so
see
much,
us.
Audrey, or Marjorie.
Thank you.
It is time to do some town trivia. Give away one of our prizes. We got gifts from Horns Ace Hardware, Alma Bella by the Bay Boutique. I can say that. We got the Urbanna Market, Small Town Burger. Also, we've got a gift card to Ball Gown Barefoot and a free night stay at the Chesapeake Inn with a sauna session for 2. And Lori is going to play some town trivia. Good morning, Lori. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank
All right,
you.
hold that microphone up close to you so we can hear you as you
Okay.
get the wrong answer here, right? So we are set up in Urbanna on Virginia Street right in front of a historic building that is known as Lansdowne. And the question, it's multiple choice. How did Lansdowne get its name? Did it get its name from a Revolutionary War general, a sonnet by Shakespeare, or a British prime minister? What do you think, Lori?
The first A,
You think it's A.
the general.
That would be your first choice, but if you thought about it, you might change your answer to something else, right?
Of course.
And what would you change it to?
C.
C, the British Prime Minister. Surely they wouldn't name a historic colonial building after a British Prime Minister, but yes, they did.
Okay.
Congratulations. William Fitzmaurice, the Marquess of Lansdowne, was a British statesman who supported the colonists before and during the Revolution. Now, that's not a big, small thing to be in Britain supporting the Revolution, right?
True.
So congratulations, you get to choose one of those prizes there, and we'll get that taken care of in just a minute. And now we're going to talk with Barry from the Volunteer Fire Department. So thank you, Barry Powell. You're the Assistant Chief of the Fire Department here in Urbanna. Thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us about the fire department here.
Well, it was formed in 1940 when the residents of the town saw the need for a fire department. And it just started out from one truck that we have today up in the station, antique.
Yeah, and you are welcoming new people to join the team, right?
Yes, we are. This is an all-time low for members, just people busy, and we just need a lot more help and people to run calls.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to need the fire department, but when you need them, you need them.
Right. The calls are picking up now. We probably run between 200 and 300 calls a year now.
Wow. And with the drought that we've been having, that doesn't help at all.
Yes, a lot of fires and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, Urbanna is known for the Oyster Festival, but crabs are a thing here too, right?
Oh, yeah. One without the other, they're both good. People love them both.
And you guys put on a special crab event.
Yep, we're having a crab feast August 22nd at Bethpage Campground. 2 seatings, 3 to 5 and 6 to 8.
And that's very important for continuing to do what you do.
We still rely heavily on fundraisers and community support and donations.
All right, so if people want to find some more information about that, have you got something on your Facebook page?
Yeah, you can go to our Facebook page, and it has a number. You can purchase tickets there or contact a member.
Awesome. Well, come get yourself some good crabs, have a good time at that event, and support the Urbanna Fire Department. Thank you so much for being here this morning and for being here for us whenever you're needed.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we are live in Urbanna until 10 o'clock this morning. You could win a prize like Lori just did, so come see us. We are live in front of Lansdowne, a historic home right here in the heart of Urbanna. And joining me now is the man who lives here and owns the house, A.B. Gravitt. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine.
A retired U.S. Army colonel. Thank you for your service. And thank you for you and your family have got an incredible history. We came up last night. We were setting things up, myself and Tom Jones, and turns out you and Tom hadn't met each other, but you knew all the same people, and I got to hear all the stories last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your father, half the people in Kilmarnock, he birthed them.
1,300 babies.
1,300 babies. He was the doctor there, and he was also the longest serving coroner.
Coroner.
So he brought him in and he took him out.
That's right.
There we go. But so you ended up here in this historic home in Urbanna that back in the day was looking like it wasn't going to be around much longer. Tell us about how you got here.
I brought my future wife home to meet my parents in 1966, 65, 66. And we came over on the Miss Ann on a whiskey run from the Tides Inn, and we walked up in town, and she saw this house, and it was overgrown. It basically, except for a few occasions, had been boarded up since 1936 when Miss Upton died. And so we went through the house, came back outside and stood behind that post office, and she said, well, I might marry you, but you got to buy me this house. And so that was in 1966. And I spent 31 years on active duty in the Army, and she spent 17 years starting in the 80s to try to convince Mrs. Kathleen Folkham from Baltimore, who owned it, to finally sell it. And Bob Montague and my father and some other guy got involved in helping us to finally convince them to sell us the house. So we bought it on the 5th of July, 1998. Took 2 years of renovations before we could move in, and then we spent the rest of the next 24 years renovating and everything. And then it's all Diane, and unfortunately she died about 5 years ago, unexpectedly. And I'm carrying it on now. So
It's got to be a lot of work, but I come in, I can't imagine the town of Urbanna without this home right here.
yeah, thank you.
It's gorgeous, and the history that you're able to keep alive with it. Arthur Lee.
Yeah, Arthur Lee was with Benjamin Franklin and Cyrus Dean in France in 1778 when he signed the Treaty of Alliance that led to the French support to the American Revolution, which led to Cornwallis's surrender at Yorktown. And then Arthur Lee bought Lansdowne and moved here in 1791. And the house was built in 1741. So that's 30 years before the Declaration of Independence.
Of course, yeah, this is a long time ago. Is it true that Arthur Lee is still in that house?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Do you want to expound on that or
Well,
not?
his spirit is in the house. He's buried in the backyard.
And you've seen him? You've heard what?
No, I mean, I've got his portrait in the library.
All right. Okay. He's not walking the halls. Okay.
No.
Now, somebody else says he does. We'll leave that up to everybody else to make up their own mind on that. But we really appreciate you letting us be here, and we appreciate you letting a lot of other people. It's amazing how many people go through this house. It is your home.
Yes, hundreds of times we've sponsored all kinds of events, charity events, receptions, parties, the Oyster Festival, Founders Day tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
We've never, ever turned anybody down from wanting to see or using the house.
And
all the time.
You've been doing some work to get it ready to be a venue for weddings and other events,
yes.
right?
Ashley, my new my fiance now, I'm fortunate to have met a wonderful lady.
Congratulations.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be married in October. And so we're trying to open it up as a venue for weddings, parties, receptions, and stuff, so we can make a little income, so we can continue to maintain the house and the historical significance of it. Our main purpose is to benefit Urbanna, help the town, and sponsor events that bring tourists and people to the town, and that they get to see a part of history.
And you put so much work into restoring this home back in the 90s, but it doesn't stop there. Anybody who's ever owned a home knows it never stops, but especially a historic home.
Yeah, it never stops. Nothing's level, nothing's square.
Right. Lots of things to do all the time, but we look forward to having so many events here, and we appreciate you allowing us to be here this morning.
Yes, sir. We're glad to be here. Glad to have you.
Lansdowne, when you come into Urbanna to have a nice meal or go shopping or whatever it is that you're doing, make sure you take a look. And if you're lucky enough, take a tour as well. Mr. Gravitt, Colonel Gravitt, thank you so much for letting us be here this morning.
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad to be here.
You know, when a lot of people hear about Urbanna, the first thing that comes to mind is the Oyster Festival, which is a absolutely huge event, a great event. I haven't been able to attend it yet, but there's so many other things happening in Urbanna, and a lot of it is thanks to the Urbanna Business Association. Megan Brockman is here with the association. Good morning, Megan. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great. The first event that my wife and I came to is it Dan Gill's barbecue or chili cook-off?
Bodacious chili cook-off. Yeah, so we do that in February.
Yeah, that was fun. We had a good time. There was some music playing, and everybody enjoying a whole bunch of really good chili, and just a fun event here in downtown. But you've got a whole list of things that you guys are doing throughout the year.
We sure do. Yeah, absolutely. And we have just about every month we've got a little something going on. Farmers markets are May through September. We have 2 different wine strolls. We do a leprechaun and libation, and that's in March. And then we have the Urbanna wine and oyster stroll, and we do that in October. So we do that the second Saturday in October. And it's a great event. We sell 300 tickets. We cap it at that. And, all the different businesses in the association are involved, and we have something different. We'll roast oysters. We have the Urbanna Pearl Tavern does raw. over where I am, I have Urbanna Trading Company, and I share the building with Montague Cooking School, and she did some oysters for it as well. So everybody, and we all work together. It's fantastic. It's a group effort. There are we've been let's see, how long has the association been? 2007. And so yeah, we all just help each other and work together to try and promote the town. It's a great little town.
And you've got a really nice balance. Some towns will go really overboard on let's bring people into the town, and other people just kind of get in their shell, and we're only going to do events that are for us. You guys do a really good job of having these events that bring 50,000 people or more in for the Oyster Festival, and a lot of people for some of the other events. But also you've got a lot of events that, somebody from out of town is welcome to come in, but they're really mainly enhancing the quality of life here for the people in Urbanna.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've got a great community here. And, like I said, everybody really likes to support and help each other. And I'll tell people about other shops to go to and vice versa. We want everybody to do well. The better the town does, the better we all do. And again, I love it here. It's a great little town. That's why I chose to have a business here again. I had a business here many years ago and wanted to do it again because I want to support where I live and like having a place that will help bring people to town.
Mm-hmm. How do you see Urbanna moving in the next few years? It seems like it's not a boom town, but it seems like it's a town where things are slowly and steadily moving forward.
This is true. Yes, absolutely. We can't obviously grow but so much, but we can, the surrounding areas are, there's going to be some development, but we certainly don't want it to explode. We like to have our little pearl in the oyster here, so to speak.
And your location is perfect for that because you're not on the highway. You turn and then you drive just a few miles, and here you are. When somebody comes to Urbanna, it's because they want to come to Urbanna, whether it's by road or by boat.
Correct.
They're making that choice. I want to stop in Urbanna.
Yes, because if you're coming by boat, it's a choice to come up the river. We've got lots of marinas at the end of Deltaville, but you have to want to come to Urbanna, but it's absolutely worth it because everything is walkable. You can get out of your car, get off the boat, and you can walk to everything. You can hit up restaurants, you can go to shops, you can do art galleries, and so it's just there's a lot to do. And
once you get here, you can park your car, and you don't have to get your keys out. You can set your keys down in your room, and you're not going to need them for however long you're here.
Correct.
That's great.
Yeah, and lots of outdoor things to do too. We have, it's a little bit of everything here. It's wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you for all the work that you guys are doing to keep it that way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And it's Megan Brockman with the Urbanna Business Association. We're still here for another hour or so please come see us, get yourself some breakfast. I think we may have a couple of T-shirts left over there. You can still register for $250. We would love to see you this morning. If you're a late riser and you haven't had anything for breakfast yet, come on down, and Sergey's got some great food for us over here from the Dockside New York Deli and Waterfront Restaurant. Oh my goodness, the food that he has brought out for us, and the coffees and teas as well. We've got a spread out here for you if you want something to get started on your day. It is here, and he is available as well, not only at the restaurant, but they're doing other events, not just our event, but other events as well. So come check him out. Well, right now we're joined by Jennifer White with Bay Aging. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing great. Starting to get a little bit warm out here, but
thanks for bringing the sun.
It is a beautiful day here in Urbanna. And Bay Aging, you guys are serving a very large area, but it all starts right here in Urbanna.
We do. All of our administrative offices and are right here in Urbanna. We are a community-based nonprofit. We aim to help people of all ages. We would like.
When we see Bay Aging in the name, you might think it's just senior citizens, and certainly you've got a lot of services for senior citizens, but people of all ages benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. Our goal is to help folks live independently and safely in their homes for as long as they choose.
One of the things that's always struck me in my radio career is it's my job to help people know things. And as much as I try, we never can quite get enough the word out to people about services that are available. I'm constantly hearing about people who need help in a certain area, and they don't realize that right down the street there's somebody that is there to help them specifically with that.
Absolutely. So we provide a variety of services ranging between health, housing, and transportation. And any number of services within them. So, for example, our housing, we provide, and we have housing communities throughout the area. We serve Middle Peninsula and the Northern Neck. So we have 11 housing communities throughout all of our area. We also provide emergency housing services. So if folks are, experiencing housing homelessness or need emergency services, we also provide that.
Mm-hmm. But one of your main functions is to help people stay in the home that they're in, that they want to be in. So many people are right now, we've got an elderly community here, the whole surrounding area. We've got a lot of senior citizens. And a lot of people, when we get to a certain age, we start wondering, am I going to be able to stay in my home, or how am I going to be able to stay in my home, or how am I going to be able to help my parents stay where they really want to be? And you guys are here to help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you bring up a good point. Our area that we cover, we have 4 of the 5 oldest communities in the state of Virginia that we cover. So we do indeed have a lot of older adults in the community. Some of the services that we can provide, you mentioned, taking care of folks. So we offer a ton of caregiver resources, caregiver support programs, memory cafes, additional sources to assist caregivers. We also offer Medicare counseling. So if folks are, having trouble navigating the Medicare process, we have advocates that they can call and speak with to determine, which is the best route for them to go. We also are involved in a new Medicare program called the Guide Model, and that helps folks that are experiencing dementia and their caregivers help with care navigation, respite care, and support as well.
And I'm sure that as many things as you're able to do, there are a lot of things that you're not able to do, but you've become experts, I know, in helping people find who can help them with the things that you can't do. You said, well, we don't do that directly, but here's somebody you can talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. We're the area agency on aging, and obviously we have resources across the state, across the country. So if you don't know where to go, the first call us. We will, we'll listen to you. We will figure out what your needs are, and we'll point you in the right direction.
But it's surprising to a lot of people how many things you do get involved in directly. What are some of the main things where you hear, oh, I didn't know you did that?
I would say, people see transportation, they see Bay Transit. Everybody thinks that we serve simply, older adults, but transportation is for everyone. We have folks who ride our buses to work. We have one gentleman, for example, one of my favorite transit stories. He's a young man that's on the spectrum, and he's been riding our transit buses to work every week. And when he first started riding with us, he was very quiet and unsure of himself. He needed help even buying tickets. Over the years, he has grown. Our drivers have worked with him and communicated with him, treated him with respect. He's now communicating and speaking with them, buying his own tickets. His grandmother called us their angels. So we're really proud of the work that we do in serving people of all ages.
That's the difference between living an isolated life at home and living a full and complete life.
Absolutely.
Wow. You got to feel good when you go home at the end of the day.
I do. I sure do. I'm super proud of the work that we do in our community and beyond.
All right. So if people have got questions, how can they get in touch with you?
I'm going to look at it just to make sure. The main message is for general services, health, or housing, call our primary number, which is 1-800-493-0238. For Bay Transit, call the Ride Line, which is 1-877-869-0000. 6046. The primary message, if you're not sure where to start with Be Aging.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here today and every day.
Thank you.
All right. We will be back. We are live in Urbanna until 10 o'clock this morning. We would love for you to join us. Of course, we have mentioned several times throughout the morning the Urbanna Oyster Festival. When you talk about Urbanna, you can't not talk about the Oyster Festival. But now let's really get into it. We got Pam Simon and Cullen Walker here to talk about the event. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Thank y'all for being here early this morning, and thank you for the work that you do throughout the year to make this event happen.
Well, we work year-round to make this happen. We start in January, and it goes all up through November 6th and 7th this year. Every month there's something we have to do, new things, vendors, parade, oyster shuckers, queens and spats. We get together and put together programs for the Marine Science Legacy Program, the events at the waterfront.
Work on sponsorship.
Local businesses, and the like.
Yeah, my wife and I moved up this time last year, and we heard about it, but we didn't hear about it in time. We had scheduled to go back to Alabama, fly down, and drive up another truck of stuff that's now in storage. So we missed out on the festival last year. We're not going to make that mistake this year. Fortunately, we got all our stuff here now.
It's November 6th and 7th. It's always the first full weekend, Friday and Saturday.
Of November, yeah. So we will be here for that. But tell me a little bit about the Marine Science Legacy Program and Waterfront.
Well, our main focus for the festival is the Marine Science Legacy Program and the waterfront. It's exhibitors down at our waterfront for middle-age, elementary, middle school, and high school students. It's actually a year-round program that we have field trips and different offerings for them. Thursday before festival is Education Day down at the waterfront, and they come by busloads to the waterfront to have hands-on exhibits, get on actual boats. During the year, they have boat trips on the water. You'd be very amazed at how many children have not ever been on the water or ever seen any kind of sea animals, let alone oysters.
Mm-hmm. So when we're enjoying the festival, we're making it possible for these kids to have these experiences and learn these things.
Yes, that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, so Cullen, tell me what it's like for a town of 500 to welcome in 50,000 people in a weekend.
It's hard to imagine the entire financial benefit to the community and Middlesex County in general. When that many people come in town, they occupy the hotels, the bed and breakfasts, eat at the restaurants, enjoy the shops and shopping, and bring an enormous amount of money into the community.
Yeah, and it goes beyond even Middlesex County. I mean, the Tides Inn, for example, we were looking at they send over, you can ride over on the ferry or whatever what do they call it, but take a boat taxi over here to enjoy the Oyster Festival from the Tides Inn.
It's a huge economic impact for the entire community of the northern neck, the middle peninsula, and around this area, and it's far-reaching. We've had a William and Mary study many moons ago to see just how well impacted this is to our community and those around us.
I'm sure that there is somebody, if we go looking hard enough, we'll find somebody in town that just closes their door and hides away for the weekend.
Yeah, there's several of those.
But I'm sure that most of the community is deeply involved in making it happen that weekend and leading up to it.
Well, it's definitely a town-village type of effect. Everybody, to make it successful, everybody pitches in and does their fair share, and it's basically for the nonprofits and for the local businesses to have this event. It gets them through the wintertime when tourism is down a bit, and it carries them through the year. So we're very proud that we can do this.
So for people who are planning to come on the first full weekend of November and be a part of this festival, what do you want them to know before they come?
Well, there's just lots and lots of people. It's your opportunity to have group reunions and family get-togethers. There's lots and lots of people. We do offer, one of the main things that asked all the time, is there other foods other than oysters? Yes, we represent all food groups.
And what about parking and that kind of thing?
Parking is outside of town in the fields on either the east or the west side.
The parking fees that are charged go straight to the festival and help support putting the festival on, which takes a fair amount of money to pull this off every year.
I'm sure it does, but
it's a free festival, but parking supports us as the foundation.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to experiencing it for ourselves this November. My wife and I will be here for sure to have some fun. I'll confess I'm not an oyster eater, but as you say,
there's other food groups.
Plenty
Don't
of
worry.
things.
You won't go hungry, that's for sure.
It's fun and community.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Pam and Colin, for being here with me this morning and for all the work that you do leading up to make this festival possible.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
All right. Come see us.
Come see us.
So many things going on here in Urbanna. Of course, this morning we're broadcasting live, talking about the town and all this and meeting some great people. Tomorrow they've got the Founders Day, which is going to be a big event. And then we're going to have coming up shortly after that, it'll be time for the Farmers Market and the second Saturday event that have with the live music and such. And right now, Todd Stebbing is joining us. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Chris. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. So you're with the Farmers Market, and we were just discussing that you do expect to have some good watermelons at the market next month, right?
We're going to do everything possible to have some of the best fresh produce you can have, and it's also just a great event. It's just to let you know, it's the second Saturday, which in August is coming up, is the 8th of August. That's Saturday, and it's just a wonderful event. The town is always bustling this time of year, before the kids go back to school. So every weekend is always crowded. There's a lot of people down here, and we try to make it a town event that welcomes what we call come-heres, the ones that are not from here that come here for events like that. So. We have a good time. There's always good coffee. There's always good breakfast sandwiches. There's always good produce, and there's always good people.
All right, very nice. So different vendors doing different things. Just a great chance to stroll around. That's one of the great things about Urbanna is not just the market itself, but you can park your car.
Yes.
Get out and don't have to worry about things. You just walk around. You can walk down to the market, walk through the market. When you're done there, you can come back here and walk the main street, Virginia Street here, and check out all the shops and restaurants. And
and the thing that we do that we're very proud of is we have these brochures that we pass out to anybody that comes by our booth, the welcome booth. There's a bunch of us that work there. And it has all of the restaurants. It has all of the businesses. And we actually pass out another little flyer that you can go in and get a percentage off, 10% off clothing, whatever.
Nice.
So it's and it also tells everything about the town, where you can go to do. There's this wonderful event on Founders Day where they go over this map, and I can't remember the exact name of the map, but Dr. Jim Robusto is the one that does that, and he does a fabulous job. So the great thing about this town is it's just not that long. So you can go down to Irby, the marina. It's right down, on our creek, and then you can walk from there all the way through town, get something to eat, do some shopping, and then go to the farmers market at Tabor Park.
Yeah,
it's
that
great.
1755 map is going to be on display tomorrow during Founders Day, and Dr. Robusto is going to be doing his talk where he'll give you a whole hour of history about that map and the impact it had on the United States and North America, and it's just absolutely amazing. I've only heard a little bit of it, but I would love to hear the full demonstration, and that's going to be happening tomorrow. But yeah, the way you organize things with the second Saturday concert series there and the farmers markets being on the same day and having just that little gap in between, it's a great opportunity for somebody that has not spent much time in Urbanna to come in the morning. If you want to just go in and grab a couple of things from the market, you can. But you can also come in, enjoy the market, come enjoy the town after the market and see the shops and get yourself a meal at the restaurant, and then enjoy a free concert right afterwards.
Absolutely.
And just make a whole day out of it here in Urbanna and not be bored for a minute.
You will not be bored. If you come here first thing in the morning, park your car, get out, and walk the town, there's so much to see. This town is so welcoming to, not outsiders, that's not the right word, but to visitors that come into the town. We're full of volunteers. All of us are volunteers. We do this because we love to do it, because we love the town. We love to promote the town. and we want people to have a wonderful time when they come here. And I have not heard a bad review of Urbanna from anybody. Matter of fact, some people that I talked to 2 months ago at the farmers market from Richmond, Virginia, made a point to come back this past month in July. So when people come here, we welcome them, and I think they have a wonderful time.
That is great. Well, thank you for everything that you do, Todd, and thank you for being here to tell us about it here this morning. We encourage everybody to come check it out for yourself. We're only here for a few more minutes, but we'd still love to see you. If you're nearby, come by and check us out and register for the $250 cash that somebody's going to win. That's a nice prize, and I think we're out of the T-shirts now. I think people have claimed all of those, but there's still some breakfast here. Have you had some of the breakfast, Todd?
I have not.
Oh, you got to go check that out. Sergey from the Dockside New York Deli and Waterfront Restaurant brought some coffee and tea and some amazing pastries and such over there. So go get yourself something to eat. And everybody else, come join us here. We're in front of Lansdowne on Virginia Street in Urbanna. This morning has flown by. I can't believe it's time to wrap things up already here, but it is almost 10 o'clock, and we need to do another town trivia question and give away another one of these nice prizes. So Ronnie Rice joining us. Good morning, Ronnie.
Good morning.
Did you get some breakfast over there?
Not yet, but I'll try to grab it before I leave.
And please do. We've got some really good stuff over there. So let's give you a chance to win one of our prizes. Several local businesses donated some really cool prizes, and you'll get to choose what you want if you get this right. Now, I'll make it really hard to win, okay?
I figured you would.
It's going to be really, really tough for you. So Urbanna are you a come here or a from here?
I come here.
All right. How long you been here?
About 3 years.
3 years. All right.
Off and on. I've lived here full time for a year.
So you should be pretty knowledgeable. Urbanna is famous for the Urbanna Oyster Festival, but that's not the original name of the event. What was it called when it first started in 1958? Was it A, the Shuck'em and Suck'em Showdown, B, the Urbanna Blue Crab Festival, or C, Urbanna Days?
C, Urbanna Days.
That is correct, sir. Congratulations. All right, so we're going to get you a nice prize. One of the ladies will hook you up there with something. You get to choose that. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you all very much.
All right. And before we go, we've got to bring Sergey back here. So, Sergey, thank you so much for the incredible breakfast that you have supplied us with this morning.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks for letting me have the opportunity again.
Yeah, so my wife has already told me that we are going to be at your restaurant for dinner tonight, the Dockside New York Deli and Waterfront Restaurant. Looking forward to that. Going to have some live music out there. You see somebody that...
A local guy is going to be playing today, one of the slip holders of the marina.
Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about the restaurant, what people can expect when they go there. You do cater some events like this and other events. You're available for special things, but also the restaurant itself.
So we would like to do more catering events. We do welcome groups. The other thing is, since we focus so much on the health, we can work with any budget, so we'll put our money where our mouth is. Then as far as the restaurant goes, the regular menu, we're a classic New York deli. So everything's ingredients focused, a lot of focus on old New York, which of course with it brings the bagels from New York, the breads, the pastrami sandwiches. But then we add classic European stuff, the Greek stuff, the Italian, the French. So we're always looking to improve. So there's just variety, something for everyone, including the kids.